Bulletcast for life.
Get up, this is a revolution. This is our time to rise. Look deep within your mind, look deep into the hate in my eyes. We are the elite, and you are the weak. No matter how hard I fall, I'll get back up on my feet. Red alert, this is gonna hurt. When your face is in the dirt, you'll know your death is what I see.
Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? You know who we are. You know why we're here. I'm Phillip. I'm a microphone messiah. I'm the current Bulletcast champion. My co-host, he's a Canadian destroyer, BT, Brandon Tanguma. You know exactly why we're here. We're here to talk about wrestling, pro wrestling, sports entertainment, whatever you want to call it. We are here to talk about it. I mean, Brandon, how are you doing, man? You feeling good? You feeling good, man? It's Thursday. You know what that means.
I'm feeling fantastic. I know I'm wearing orange right now, but I feel like a 300-pound orange weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
I'd go more like maybe 230.
That's being very generous.
It is being very generous. It's a new day in America, ladies and gentlemen. You know, I threw it on my stories. You know, as a black man in America, I feel a little bit safer. You know, we got a new commander in chief. Shout out to Big Papa Joe, 46th president of the United States. Madam Vice President Kamala Harris as town business. I'm happy. I'm excited. Let's see what they can do in the next 4 years. Hopefully they get another run too. Once the 4 years is up. Absolutely. You excited, man? You excited for this this changing of the guard in the United States of America?
So excited, just can't hide it.
Speaking of excitement, tomorrow is the birthday of West Ghost Design. He created the beautiful Bulletcast Championship, and he's been killing the game with all custom title creation that he's been doing over the last year. So happy birthday, man! Hope you enjoyed. You know, make yourself something nice for your birthday. And not only that, HD for Life. This is a new T-shirt company started up by Joe Guzman, a friend of the Bulletcast. He's been on the show back when we used to go into the studio. Yes. He's a creative writer. He's done some. His work has been used on Impact Wrestling a couple years ago. Yeah, so HD for Life. This is his new T-shirt company. You can find it at teesprings.com. He's gonna be having different characters. Like his first character is H Dog. Basically, it's a graffiti T-shirt company. You know, they have a lot of cool stuff. I know their first design is called Get Her Done. I've seen some of the stuff. I like it. I might have to cop one. But yeah, guys, teesprings.com /HD for Life. Go buy some of Joe's T-shirts. They look really cool, and I'm incredibly happy for what he's doing. All right, with all that being said, let's jump into it. SmackDown recap. So last week, we find out that Adam Pearce will not be wrestling Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship. It will indeed be Kevin Owens. How did you feel about that swerve?
I mean, it's a swerve, bro. I think we get maybe a little too many swerves in wrestling these days, but I did feel like it was, a good move to kind of get Kevin Owens back in the fold. I was wanting to see Adam Pearce wrestle. I wanted to see how that would have panned out. Maybe you can get Kevin Owens as a surprise entrant in the Royal Rumble because there's probably not going to be too many of those this year. And it's also fun because Roman, he's been around for, 4 or 5 months at this point, and he hasn't really gotten one-upped on. So this is kind of like, it's a small little thing, but finally, the baby faces are getting one up on the heel right now.
That's not good. That's not good. You don't want to one up the head of the table. You really don't. Paul Heyman said that this could be Hall of Fame worthy. Brandon, would you agree that this current incarnation of Roman Reigns is it Hall of Fame worthy?
Now, what do we talk? Are we talking WWE Hall of Famer? Because as much as I dog on the Hall of Fame, I would say Roman Reigns is already a Hall of Famer in the WWE.
I mean, we're talking about this new run, like this new element of Roman Reigns. Because I mean, the head of the table thing, it's evolved. It truly has. Like when he first debuted, wreck everyone and leave. I'm the head of my family's table. When he's feuding with Jay, and then when he starts feuding with Kevin Owens, like, no, I'm not just the head of my table. Like, if I'm not here, yo kids don't eat. I'm like, oh, he's kind of right. Like, oh man, like when he was gone, the ship wasn't really. It was headed towards an iceberg. It really was. He When Roman is there, the product is better. There's more food on everybody's table. Roman's basically saying he's the provider for everybody in WWE, and I like that. I do. It's different.
I will say Roman is doing fantastic work, and this storyline could possibly, elevate him even more. As I don't even know how far he can elevate, because I don't know if this is going to make him like a superstar like Stone Cold or The Rock, but this could possibly be a way to get him to turn babyface, and maybe people will actually like him. But that's not for this year, next year, maybe in 3 years, but soon.
We don't know.
Maybe.
Roman Reigns, better athlete than Dwayne Johnson. Can we say that?
No.
Well, why not? Why can't we say that?
Well, The Rock is a national champion, and he could have played pro football. I mean,
We're talking about in the
almost did.
world of sports entertainment.
Well, you said athlete.
Is he a better athlete in the world of sports entertainment?
I still probably say The Rock's a better athlete.
Really? I might go Roman. I mean, Roman, I think he's a better athlete than Austin. I mean, Austin, he could wrestle. He could wrestle before, he got dropped on his head. But I mean, I don't know. That's a discussion for another time. People, let us know. Email us, DM us. Is a Roman Reigns a better athlete than Stone Cold and The Rock? We need to know. We need to find out. All right, Apollo Crews. Could he be joining the family? Look, Roman did a lot for him in just that little brief segment of them talking on the couch. That elevated Apollo just a little bit, just a tad bit. He had a more aggressive feel to him when he wrestled Big E for the championship.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know exactly where they're going with this. Apollo turned heel kind of a little bit, not really, with that match against Big E a couple weeks ago. And I'm not saying he's going to like turn and like be with the family, the head of the table, but maybe it's kind of an ongoing storyline where heels kind of look up to Roman and they try to like be with him and they try to leech off him. But then that also kind of defines the heels even more, just kind of, as lackeys. But I mean, Apollo at this point, he's kind of defined at a certain level. So maybe if he's able to be with Roman for a little bit, and then maybe Roman does like discard him, because then that would like turn him babyface, and then it'd be the whole Seth Rollins situation where the heels don't want him, so then he turns to the fans, and now he's babyface. But I mean, we got to wait and see exactly what happens.
Absolutely. All right, Shinsuke Nakamura returned with his old theme song. Yeah, I forgot what that sounded like. It sounded good. He defeats Jey Uso.
Good match. Nakamura, these last few weeks, it's definitely been a positive what he's been doing. But, I mean, they're not exactly portraying him as the world beater that possibly he could be and be the guy to dethrone Roman. Not saying that that's what he should be. Could have been a few years back, but I mean, he still continued to do good stuff. I don't see him as like a Royal Rumble favorite at the moment, but I am appreciating that they're kind of building up a little bit. Shinsuke still kind of has the reputation of maybe phoning it in. So I don't know if maybe he looks around and is like, maybe this is my last real run. They're actually kind of giving me a chance. Maybe I'll try to do something with it.
You never know. Could we get Brock knock? Is that possible? Can we see that?
I haven't heard anything about Brock Lesnar returning. It's always a possibility. I know he's demanding a boatload of money, but AEW seemingly isn't interested because he's just demanding too much money. I think WWE is really the only landing spot for him. I mean, Nakamura, it's a feud we haven't seen before, so at least that's interesting. But I just don't know what those two would do together, because, as I said, Brock has his issues about doing things. Nakamura maybe isn't the most motivated person in the world, so maybe they just kind of phone it in, some suplexes, some kicks, and they go home.
I don't know, man. The last couple of years, Brock's put on some bangers. I don't know.
Roman Reigns a better athlete than Brock Lesnar?
No.
Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure.
No. I mean, Brock Lesnar, NCAA heavyweight champion, ultimate fighting champion. I mean, come on.
I just wanted to check you.
Roman had a nice little football career of his own, but I mean, Brock, he might be the greatest combat sports athlete in history. We don't know.
And he almost made the Minnesota Vikings roster,
Absolutely.
but he was just too old. That was the only reason he didn't make it.
How old was he at the time? Do we know?
Was it like mid to late 20s? But at that point, you're kind of old in the NFL. He was
Kind
too
of old. Look, my boy, Tom Brady. Shout out that big win over the Saints. Shout out. I mean, come on, man.
Well, he was too old to be a rookie to learn new things, because then by the time he learns those things and perfects them, he would be like in his 30s, and then it's done. Might as well just draft some young 20-some out of college and teach him what to do.
That's true. That's very true. Jesus. All right, Baron Corbin defeats Rey Mysterio. Solid, decent match, because Corbin's feuding with the Mysterio clan now.
Yay! Whatever happened to Aaliyah and Buddy Murphy?
They're doing things off screen.
Okay, that's nice.
Yes. Ding dong, hello! It is the new talk show from Bailey. Her guest was the EST of WWE, Bianca Belair. This happened.
This did happen.
Is that all we got to say?
Well, I must have missed like the SmackDown where Bailey like made this her catchphrase, and not a fan. Not a fan.
It's been on like socials, like network, not network, but like .com exclusives, like the little interviews that her and Sasha were doing with when they were running together. Like, who's the best? Ding dong, hello, it's us. That's what she was doing. I don't know. Cesaro gets a big win over Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, big win. I mean, Shinsuke and Cesaro both kind of getting a little elevated at the moment. This does hurt my cause for Daniel Bryan being a winner of the Royal Rumble. But on the other hand, WWE loves 50-50 booking. So if you're going to put someone over big at a match later on down the road, and you know that's going to happen, then you have them lose earlier on to give the rub to other people so they can say that they beat the guy who beat the guy and blah, 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 blah. Not saying it's right. That's just what WWE does.
I mean, sometimes you got to do that,
But you just shouldn't do it with everybody. Because then when you do it with everybody, nobody matters.
I mean, they don't do it with everybody.
They do it to everyone except for Roman, Drew McIntyre, Bray Wyatt, Randy Orton. That's pretty much it.
Exactly. Elite level stars.
That's like 4.
Elite level stars.
And then you can't just have all 4.
They've all been champion within the past year. Elite level stars.
Ratings aren't the best. Except for, SmackDown's doing pretty good, but Raw.
Absolutely.
Not going to talk about it.
That's why I'm wearing blue. SmackDown's the HBO. We're not even talking about Monday Night Raw here. Yeah. We have a fan mail about it, but as far as covering
you're not gonna talk about that dirt sheet?
What are you talking about?
You're not gonna talk about the dirt sheet?
What dirt sheet? What happened? Oh, no, we're not talking about that here. So I guess next week we get Sasha Banks versus Reginald.
That should be interesting. They don't ever do intergender wrestling, like serious intergender wrestling, so I would assume this is going to be some sort of like comedy type of thing. Reginald is a wrestler. He is like an NXT PC.
Have you ever seen him wrestle?
I have never seen him wrestle.
So we don't know this for sure. We don't know that he's a wrestler.
I saw him get tagged on Twitter or Instagram, so then I went to the account and he's like in the ring and he's an NXT PC guy.
Okay,
so
I've never looked at his social media.
He only has like, I don't know, 500 followers, which I feel is insane because he's on SmackDown. He's Carmella's what's
sommelier.
I almost say like liaison, but that's
yeah.
I think
I've been a liaison in my past, but I'm trying to move up to be a sommelier. There's like a hierarchy.
Got it. You're just going to be tasting wines and sampling them and telling the Bella twins how much this wine is and invested it.
Absolutely, that's what we're going for, because like liaison is like a VP, and then sommelier is like the higher office. Absolutely,
head of the table.
Yeah, all right now. Oh man, oh Jesus, oh God, oh my God. We're gonna move on from SmackDown. AJ Styles had an Untold on the WWE Network talking about what led to his WWE debut in the Royal Rumble in 2016. When they just had the camera on Roman's face, and then we should have been looking at the screen where it said "I am phenomenal," and I still popped, but we should have been able to pop harder with the rest of the crowd in Orlando that night.
Yeah, I still will never understand the reasoning for that. It wasn't like Rome. It was only Roman in the middle of the ring. So why was the camera on his face when the whole point of the Titantron was to reveal phenomenal? I
Kevin
will never
Dunn,
know.
bro. Look, Brandon, we've taken some TV classes. Maybe Vince should hire us.
Maybe. I mean, it's been a little while since I've been in the TV truck, but it's like riding a bike.
Absolutely. Just show where's the audio board. All right, I'll work that. Brandon, he can direct it. Brandon probably one of the best floor directors that class ever had, guys.
Oh. And if it
Yeah,
wasn't for SF State having dumb rules, I would have minored in television. But apparently, that's just too similar to journalism, which
I
I still never understand.
I don't know. I don't know. That class has gone way down since my days there.
Even further since I was there.
Absolutely, Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, but what did you think of the Untold for the phenomenal one?
Well, I definitely did watch this Untold, Phillip. But and I'm not BSing. I actually watched this instead of watching Raw live, and I thought it was quite interesting. It was only like a half hour long, so you don't get like too much in depth about it. You kind of like skim through AJ's personal life in the beginning. You know, him doing the indies, TNA. They touch on it a tad bit, which I mean, it's only half hour. It's advertised as his debut at the Royal Rumble, so I'm not too big about that. But AJ came across as a good guy. Don't know if when he's a heel right now, the best time to really release this, but it's just something WWE does all the time. And it did make me want to see like a legit WWE full length documentary on AJ Styles' career, especially like the TNA days. I don't know how in depth they can really go. They have a lot of guys there that could talk about it. It was really just AJ Styles and Samoa Joe. That was really just the two people that just talked about it. But
I don't know why they didn't grab Kurt Angle. I mean, those matches AJ had with Kurt back then were great.
Maybe this was during the pandemic, so maybe that was the time where Kurt Angle was future endeavored.
Yeah, that's true. I would love to see a nice little 2 hour documentary about AJ and like the whole career, and get some guys to talk about Japan, whoever you can get. But I mean, it was nice that they, normally WWE doesn't like to acknowledge other companies, but to acknowledge, I mean, we've seen further acknowledgement of like New Japan and TNA in the last couple of years with the certain guys that have worked there that are within the company. So I think that was cool. I mean, it's a nice little doc. I recommend you go watch it, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we got some exciting news, guys. We got some exciting news with Outside of the Ring. So Stephanie McMahon has confirmed that they're going to try to have fans at this year's WrestleMania. It's going to be at Raymond James Stadium. Their goal is 25,000, which we'll see. We'll see. But they've also revealed the other sites for the upcoming WrestleManias in a wonky video that they put on all their socials and whatnot. So next year's WrestleMania is going to return to AT&T Stadium in Dallas, and then the WrestleMania after that in 2023 is going to be in Los Angeles. We are going Hollywood. Are you excited? You excited to go Hollywood in a couple years, Brandon?
So excited. Should have been going to Hollywood this year, but that just ain't happening. So when it comes to Tampa WrestleMania, we kind of assumed that was the case. There was reports a few months ago, and now it's official. My only thing is the fan situation. Yeah, I know that in the NFL and in college football and some other sports, they're having fans, but I still feel like it's too early. And even it's going to be 2 nights on for WrestleMania in Tampa Bay. So it's more than just 25,000. If it is 25,000, then it's going to be like 40 to 50,000 people together. I know that's not going to be all full and everything like that. I still feel it's too early, too soon to be having fans, but I mean, it's what's going to happen. This is WWE, and I think they have waited in their minds long enough, and they really want to put on a show with fans, and WrestleMania in their minds is the best part to do that. AT&T Stadium next year. In theory, we should be past the pandemic, so there shouldn't be any restrictions, and they can just fill it up to the brim and maybe set a new attendance record. And I would assume they push California back because we have the strictest laws, and even in 2022, they don't know exactly what's going to happen.
So 2023, are we going Hollywood, brother?
Well, I was supposed to go this year, so if I'm still around, I got the financials, then we out.
You're here for the long haul, bud. You're here forever.
My goal is to get paid to go to WrestleMania.
Oh, I mean, absolutely. But I mean, I'm saying like when it comes to this show, you're here forever. We're gonna be doing this until we're like 50. We're gonna be doing this in our 50s, Brandon.
We're gonna be the Tom Brady of wrestling podcasting.
Oh God, we should. That's a great thing about podcasting. It doesn't really take a toll on your body. You can do this forever. Forever and ever.
What does this do for The Rock? Is The Rock coming back this year, next year, all the way at Hollywood? Is that too late? Comes
I,
back?
I have no idea. I have no idea what's gonna happen there. I really, really do not. Mm, yes, yes. Rock, major celebrity. Can we say that? Has this been confirmed?
Hey, he had a good run.
He's doing okay. I know he played a Tooth Fairy and a Scorpion King. I think that's it, right?
He drives cars in some movie, I think.
Okay, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, Brian Pillman, Flying Brian. He will be, I think, episode 1 of the new season of Dark Side of the Ring. Yes, I have the whole episode log for season 3 here. So let's go. We have Flying Brian Pillman, and then we have was it Frontier Martial Arts Wrestling? We have Extreme Pro Wrestling, which XPW, that was a great company. I hate that it got defunct. You have Nick Gage. You have WCW / New Japan Pro Wrestling's Collision in Korea 1995. That was a massive show. You have the Smith family. This is about Jake the Snake Roberts. And then you have Bruiser Bedlam Johnny K9, which I've never heard of that person a day in my life. But yeah, those are the episodes for season 3. How do you feel about that?
I'm excited. Now that we're getting into season 3, we're kind of getting deeper into the weeds. Or this Brian Pillman, that's a big one. A lot of people probably will know. The Collision in Korea, that's another kind of big one that's been talked about, especially on Eric Bischoff's show. But a lot of those, I'll be honest, I don't know too much about it, so I'm going to be excited to watch it and learn some things from the dark side of the ring.
What else I'm excited to watch? Young Rock. It comes out February 16th. It's awesome, man. I mean, dude, you're gonna see the life and times of a young Dwayne Johnson, born right out here in Hayward, California, going to Hawaii and moving all over the world. While his father, the late great Rocky Johnson, was trailblazing and being electrifying back in his day in the squared circle. It's good, man. I'm excited. I really am.
Yeah, I've seen the commercials on NBC, so check it out. Probably end up watching it because there's nothing really else to watch. But I mean, there's so much stuff to watch.
We still got to watch the Go Big show. I've yet to see it. I've seen like a couple minutes. I need to watch a whole episode.
Saw the first. Well, I guess I saw the only season, but I haven't seen the Christmas special. Which maybe I'll just wait till next Christmas now.
Absolutely. A lot of exciting news, Brandon. You know I'm dropping a single pretty soon.
Okay.
Yeah. Rice Baby. Nice little parody of Ice Ice Baby by Vanilla Ice. I'm going in the Weird Al element of music, just doing parodies of songs, That's why you need to listen to the audio of the Bulletcast, ladies and gentlemen. It opened this thing. It opened this bad boy. A snippet of it, not the whole thing. I can't give it out to the people for free, Absolutely not. Moving on to Inside of the Ring, we have Matt Cardona. He makes his Impact Wrestling debut at Hard to Kill. I have not seen Hard to Kill, Brandon. I highly doubt you've seen this either.
But Cindy has, and if you want to recap, go listen to Into the Stratosphere and listen to Cindy talk about it.
Absolutely. Or, In the Click. We talked about that last night. Yes, sir. All right, this day in wrestling, CWF House Show 1987. Bruiser Brody defeats Lex Luger in a cage. Royal Rumble 1990 was won by Clash of Champions.
What? Wait, who's that?
Who? What?
Who won?
Clash of Champions 18. Jesse Ventura makes his debut in WCW 1992. The 1996 Royal Rumble was won by the best in-ring performer of all time, Shawn Michaels. 20 years ago today, the 2001 Royal Rumble was won by Stone Cold Steve Austin. He won his 3rd Royal Rumble, the most in the history of the match. WWE Medal 2002, AJ Styles makes his WWE debut, and he loses to the Hurricane. Raw on this day in 2019, you have Bayley and Sasha wrestling Natty and Ronda Rousey. Almost forgot her name. All right, and AEW Dynamite. This took place on Jericho's Cruise 1 year ago today. We have Kenny Omega and Hangman Page defeat Scorpio Sky and Frankie Kazarian for the AEW Tag Team Championships. So
much things. A lot of Royal Rumble talk, which we will get into eventually. One of these days we'll talk about the Royal Rumble. And nice to see, starting to get some dynamites. Now we're getting some dynamites on this day. So look at that. AEW becoming historical.
Yes, absolutely. Fan mail, yay. Hootie Who 420.
Hootie Who.
Mates, I mean this with all honesty, but what in the bloody... Ooh, I can't say that word. Was
H-E double hockey sticks?
No, no, the other one. Oh, was Randy wearing on his face? Yeah, I don't know. I did not watch Raw this week. I didn't.
Well, I watched Raw.
I've seen
I
the picture.
watched the product, and yeah, I don't know what the hell was going on there. I mean, if they're doing this route with Randy Orton, God only knows what they're going to do with the Fiend if and when he comes back. Probably at the Royal Rumble, but I mean, it was very ambitious. He cut like a 10-minute promo in the luchador mask or whatever kind of mask you call that. But it was different. I will say that, and I felt like it was maybe a little bit too long, a little too dramatic. But I mean, they got a lot of time to fill, and they're putting a lot of, especially with Drew McIntyre not there, they're definitely putting all their eggs in the Randy Orton Fiend basket right now.
I guess. So the dirt sheet was that guy called Drew Fatentire?
I don't know, but he had his kilt or something or another, and he his backside was hanging out.
That's disgusting.
Yes.
Robert Walker. Hey guys, is there anything in wrestling that makes you cringe? For me, it's a lot of blood. And he put a blood emoji. That's funny. Austin versus Brett from WrestleMania 13 isn't too bad, but Cody versus Dustin from Double or Nothing. I'm like, good God, is that man okay? I can't watch this much more. I don't really have a problem with blood. I think like when Pete Dunne or like Shayna Baszler, when they like get somebody's like arm or something and they fold it like this and they stomp on it, I'm like, oh my God, like that looks like that hurts for real. Are they okay? I think that's the only thing. I'm not like cringing, but I'm like, ah, my God, that looks painful. Brandon, what about you?
Nothing really gets me squeamish. I like the blood, not like too much. Like if it's like Eddie Guerrero or some Japanese death match type stuff where it's just kind of spewing. It's kind of blood, like gory for the sake of gory, like a CZW type of thing. That's not my thing. I'm not like this hardcore death match type guy, but blood, some whatever wrist lock, ankle holds, whatever. They don't really give me that much.
Okay, all right, I see you. Alfie Lewis, let's hope there is true change with the new administration. Absolutely, man. Love to hear it. Hootie Who 420.
Who do you? Again.
Mates, don't live in America, but I'm glad you guys don't have to deal with that whack job anymore. Thanks, bud. I appreciate that. That means a lot. That does mean a lot.
Shout out Bernie. I'm loving all the Bernie Sanders memes right now.
Oh, yes. Him with the money in the bank is my favorite. Nigerian Prince. Phil, bro, from from one brother to another. How you feeling about Biden? I mean, I voted for Big Papa Joe. I did. I hope. It looks like he's already tried to reverse some of Trump's nonsense within like his first day in office. A lot of executive orders I see he was signing, and he was speaking on CNN before we started doing this podcast, talking about his vaccination plan. But I think I think Joe is gonna be good for America for the next 4 years, and hopefully for another four after that. Yes. Brandon, what about you?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't vote for Joe in the primaries, but I obviously voted for him in the official election. And just because we have a new president doesn't mean the fight stops.
No.
Don't get complacent, because if you get complacent, we'll be right back where we were 4 years ago.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's not get complacent. There's still something going on. Biden in his inaugural, he said, "Let's end this uncivil war," which that was very poetic. I heard the inaugural was great. I'm always a big fan of inaugurals and see how they compare to other presidents in the past. Brandon, you have a favorite inaugural address?
I don't know if I have like a favorite inaugural address, but I do have very clear memories. Freshman year, Mr. G's class, we all gathered around the computer to watch, or I guess the prompter, to watch Barack Obama's inauguration.
The first one?
Of course.
I was there.
I'm old. 2008.
Yes. Hey, man. I was there. I remember that like it was yesterday, man.
Royal High School, class 2012, right there.
There you go, brother. It was a great time, man. And I remember feeling real change.
There's my name right there. You can't see it. It's all blurry. Never mind.
It's all blurry. You can't see it. I do remember real change happening. I was 13 at the time. It's just super cool, super fun time, man. It was awesome. I think I might have to go with my man Kennedy. You know, it's probably my favorite inaugural address. You know, it probably has the most famous line from any speech in history. Ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. All that great stuff.
I know Lady Gaga, J Lo, and Garth Brooks.
Yes, yes, yes. And the Foo Fighters, Justin Timberlake, and John Legend, who performed later on in the day.
And the young lady who read out that beautiful poem.
I know, only 22. That's very impressive. I'm happy. There is some hope for the youth of America, ladies and gentlemen. All right, moving on to Emberitis Day X, Mr. X. Break it down. You know, I should have him do the album artwork for when I drop this album, Brandon.
If we're plugging T-shirts, go to Mr. X's socials and look at his graphic designs. So you can buy a T-shirt from him.
Absolutely, Brandon. I may need your advice on what should I name my album once I get through with it. You want to be on a track, bro?
The Antoine
Experience?
Analogy.
No. You want to be on a track, dude?
I mean, you know,
Can you flow?
I can write. I'm a writer, you know, not like a spitter.
Oh, okay.
Nope.
Okay. Well, we'll get you over here in the studio. We'll see. We'll see what's going on.
Word to your mother.
Oh no, word life. This is basic thugonomics. Okay. I have an idea. Oh, this is Impact. Maybe we need Cindy on here for this. Jesus. All right, here we go. Deonna Purrazzo says she will face any champion. I suggest that they have a winner-take-all match between the Impact, AEW, and NWA Women's Champions, crowning them the Queen of Champions, and they carry around all 3 belts. What you think? I've never heard of that. That would be interesting.
That would be interesting. Kind of consolidating. You know, I'm a fan of less titles. So if you get one champion, you can bounce them all around all the companies. Politically, don't know how that's going to work out, but I guess we're getting back to an NWA. We're just going to have a bunch of companies working together, and they all have one big champ. Well, I mean, usually like the NWA, they have like the big champion, the big gold, but then all the promotions have like their own smaller
regional championships, like NWA Georgia. Like there was the world champion, then there was like the Georgia state champion, stuff like that, or like the county champion.
So then AEW would have the TNT champion, but then TNA Impact would have the Access champion.
Absolutely, and
they're all channel champions.
Absolutely, NWA they would have the Primetime Live champion,
the YouTube championship, but they'd have to fight Brian Zane for that.
They would have to fight Brian Zane for that. Yes. Good thing there's already a podcast champion. It's me. You know. Are there other podcast champions? Do we know? Anybody trying to come for my throne?
I don't know, but I should be champion because Wrestle Kingdom was 2 days and we did.
Get over it. Get over it. You know, just get over it. It wasn't that good. Night 1 was great because it was my birthday, and then that's it. You know what? From now on, Wrestle Kingdom is only defended on my birthday on January 4th. No, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing with the Bulletcast title. No night 2s for Wrestle Kingdom. Just my birthday, and that's it. Okay. Yeah. There we go. There. That's what we're doing from now on. Listen back to this tape once we get to January 4th, 2022. Okay? All right. Moving on. On that same note, should they bring back the All-In pay-per-view as a joint venture for the 3 companies? That'd be interesting, man. I'm not opposed to that. All-In was a godsend, but then again, we have such fond memories of the first one. Maybe we should just leave it as that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not the biggest. I don't want like all these companies just to combine and have like a super show. I mean, it could be fun, but then I just think like logistically, how is all this going to work out? Are we going to get smashes? Are we going to get, one? Are they going to get 50-50 or whatever, 33 booking where, yeah, I mean, I mean, in theory, it's fun to think of, but then in practicality, I just don't know how that's all going to work out. I
have no idea. Should we get our hopes up that Nakamura is getting a proper face push now that they brought back his original music? We shouldn't be getting our hopes up, It's WWE. We don't know what's going to happen.
Who faces Roman Reigns at WrestleMania?
I have no idea. Did NXT just sign some people?
I did see they signed some new women. They signed Priscilla Kelly.
Yes, she is now Gigi Dolan. Elena Black, who is now Coral Jade, and Lacey Ryan, who is now Zoe Stark. So congratulations to the women who have been signed by NXT. That's interesting.
And I'll
That's
be
very
honest,
interesting.
all three of those names are stupid and very fake sounding.
Yeah, yeah.
Almost as dumb as Dolph Ziggler.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Why? Why would you talk about Dolph that way?
I'm just saying his name is dumb.
No, his name is great. It's original. It's catchy. You know what? Kenny Omega is stupid. That's stupid. Oh, I'm gonna use this Greek symbol. I'm smarter than everybody. Just stupid. Disgrace to Canada. That's
I
what.
mean,
That's
Dolph Ziggler, he's copied his name after Dirk Diggler.
what are you talking about? No. It was what, like Dolph Lundgren. I think that's what it was. Yeah, that's where the Dolph come from. Okay.
Right.
God, why are you hating on him? He's a great guy. He's a great guy. Don't do that. There's no Ziggler bashing here. I do not appreciate that. We're gonna go straight to AEW Dynamite. They can't all hit. They can't all be home runs.
Sometimes you just gotta get a single.
Oh God, let's go through this.
Maybe this was like a strikeout, but the catcher dropped it, so then you're on first base anyways. It wasn't pretty, but you got the job done, kind of.
Absolutely. Hangman of the Dark Order defeat Luther and his team. Match was okay. The finish was cool.
Yeah, I mean, I like the match. It was good. Continuing to do the -1 had a birthday celebration. That was fun. My Brody Lee T-shirt finally came in the mail yesterday, so R.I.P. the Exalted One. Yeah, I mean, I did enjoy the promo, the little after, John Silver trying to propose to Adam Page, and he said no, and they had like the banners come down, and cowboy strippers or whatever were gonna come out of the tunnel, and they had to push it back. I thought that was enjoyable.
Huh. Yes. -1's promo was great. Love the kid. Love -1.
New
Yeah,
leader of the Dark Order.
absolutely. It's his legacy. It's his birthright. All right. Jericho and MJF promo. How'd you feel?
Yep, that was a promo, and it was
It
fine, I
happened.
guess.
Yes. All right. Sting and Darby Allin are in the ring together. um, and Sting's talking to Darby and all this other stuff, and Team Taz pop up. Will Hobbs is on AW Unrestricted. Got to go give that a listen.
Powerhouse Hobbs.
He's Will Hobbs to us guys. Come on, for the Bay Area natives. He's doing it for the Bay. Shout out to Hobbs, man. Anyway, Team Taz pops up on the screen, and Taz is like, "You guys play dirty. You guys want to take it to the streets? I'm from the streets. I grew up in the streets, bruh." Like, so I guess we're going to get a cinematic street fight with Sting and Darby versus Team Taz. Well, I highly doubt Sting has ever been to the streets a day in his life. Could we say that?
I'm not the biggest Sting fan, so I don't know his personal background, but
I don't think he's ever been to the streets. And like when I talk about like when I talk about the streets, I don't mean the streets, right? I mean the streets.
They're gonna take it to EPA.
Hey,
They
man,
want to go to EPA.
they don't. Hey man, hey, you know what? Taz is from New York. All right, they might go to Bed-Stuy, do or die. Like we don't know. We don't know what's going on. God, I mean, but Jesus, look, I got so mad in the click last night. I started calling Sting by his real name, and it was just a whole thing. But I've calmed down since then. I'm tired of him coming up, showing up here, doing nothing, cutting a promo, not getting involved. No, just next week, don't bring him on the show. Just don't put him on the show. That's all I ask.
I will say, I kind of if Sting is just going to be doing this, just being an enforcer and not really getting physically involved, I kind of do wish they were just spread out his appearances and kind of make it a big deal, or even just it might be a little too similar to Darby and what Sting did back in the day, but just have Sting like in the nosebleeds, just sitting, just watching over everything, and that's all you got to do. You might feel it's like a waste of a paycheck or a waste of time and money, but I do agree that I think it's getting a little too repetitive, and this segment in particular, it was kind of clunky. Sting's never been the best promo. Syntax was kind of weird. The promo from Taz was fine, but then it had like the awkward 5-second like pause of dead air. And then I don't know if they forgot a line or something. And Darby, the Sting whispered in his ear, and Darby was like, "We accept whatever." And then that was that. It was just kind of weird, and like it just didn't really flow for me.
Yeah, no. I kind of want Sting to get involved. I mean, Terry Funk was doing crazier stuff at 70. You know what I mean? Like he was still having death matches at like 70 years old. Like, come on, Sting, just do something. Throw a clothesline or something. You know?
But did Terry Funk like almost break his neck doing a buckle bomb?
It doesn't matter. He was 70 years old.
Hmm.
No 70-year-old man should be going through barbed wire tables and whatnot.
Terry Funk is built different.
He is. He's officially retired. He's done with the fake retirements because he got too up there. Yes. All right. The Young Bucks go to Kenny Omega's house. There was an interesting portrait of Kenny and Don. I don't know what goes on in that house, but anyway, the gist of it was Don says, Kenny changed his phone number. He's trying to weed out things. So how much is it going to take for you guys to go away? Don writes him a check. They're like, hey, we made this last week. Writes him another check. Cameraman leaves. The camera's put down, and then something happens to Callis's face. Yeah.
I will say, I think this is like a little pet peeve of Tony Khan to where he always addresses it, but I do like how they always address the camera. It's always, there's a reason why the camera's there, and it's not like WWE where they just ignore a camera being in the locker room, or, Roman and Paul secretly trying to divide a plan about something when there's a cameraman right there and it's obvious, but I do like that. Going to the actual substance, I mean, the Young Bucks continue to, I question where exactly they're heading. And then also they beat up Don Callis like week 3 of the program. You would think I know they didn't show it, but I feel like you put that off. And if you're going to beat up Don Callis, you want to make it count later on the blow off or in front of the live crowd. Now we didn't see it. Maybe Don Callis is faking it, but we'll have to wait and see, I guess.
We will have to wait and see. All right, Cody Rhodes defeats Pretty Peter Avalon. This match wasn't the best. Jade Cargill shows up. She is in tip-top shape. I say this every week, but she looks fantastic. So she shows up, and then Peter and Cody wrestle for a little bit. Figure four's locked in. Peter doesn't want to get hit in the face because he's pretty. Because I'm pretty. So he taps out, and yeah.
Match, I think, went longer than it needed to be. I know they had Cody selling the knee, but it was a little sloppy at times. Cody had some missed spots. Even the Cody cutter, crusher, whatever, was a little sloppy. And they got the win. Cody wins as he should. So he's going to talk to Shaq next week. Once again, don't know how the Brandy situation really messed this up, if it did. But they're going back to Cody is responding to comments Shaq made like a month and a half ago. So why is he doing it now? I guess we're gonna have to find out. But also, side note, I do love the bit of Excalibur always messing up Bert Kreischer's name.
I guess. I mean, look, Cody, he's an EVP. His wife is newly pregnant. There's a lot going on. He's like, okay, now I have some free time. I'll get to it. That's how it is. That's just how it is. When you're an EVP of a company, or when you have other ish going on.
Just send it a tweet.
He wants to do it more public than that, which is on television.
Send a tout.
You a tout boy?
Me and Dana Bryan, big touters.
Tout. I should make a song called Tout, huh?
There you go.
You're gonna help me write that one.
Sure.
Okay. Thank you. All right. FTR and Jurassic Express have a little encounter in, I guess, FTR's quarters. So it's going to be Jungle Boy versus Dax Harwood next week. Dax should win. Jungle Boy should come close to getting it. Close, but no cigar. Yeah.
I'm kind of on the other end. I think you have Jungle Boy win. He's more of the established singles guy. I know maybe it's a little bit of a smudge and you get kind of everyone involved, but I mean, FTR, I just don't know what they're going to do with FTR because clearly the Young Bucks are doing something with Omega. So are they just gonna veer off and have a match with FTR? I feel like if you're gonna have that match, you have a full-fledged, fleshed out storyline. So I think I would put Jungle Boy over. That's just me.
Yeah,
But
yeah, I guess.
I understand the argument on both sides. It's one of those you don't really see any one of them losing, which makes it an interesting match.
Absolutely. Moxley defeats Nick Camarado. This match went a little too long for my taste. Moxley just hit him with a paradigm shift and beat him, and then Mox, he just cuts a promo after this.
I mean, it was fine. Moxley gets to win another kind of squash match that maybe went a tad bit too long, but maybe keep an eye out for Nick Camarado. Katamaru. That's not his name. That's another
Casey
wrestler.
Cantanzaro? What? Is that what you just said?
No.
Okay. All right. The Kingston family promo. So next week we get Archer versus Kingston. Yeah.
Yeah. Not on the script. You forgot to put down Private Party and Matt Hardy won their match, and I guess Private Party are heels now. I guess
They are heels confirmed.
confirmed.
Absolutely.
Good for them.
Yes. All right. And then Maxwell Jacob Friedman and Chris Jericho defeat Proud and Powerful and Sammy Hager to become the official tag team of the Inner Circle. MJF got the roll up and then they just cut the black. It just cut the black.
Both of us thought that Santana Ortiz should have won this match. It makes sense to have MJF get the win because then he can just gloat and say he's the real tag team of the group and everything like that. But match itself, it was fine, I guess. Jericho's getting up there. He's not exactly gonna light the world on fire, so kind of hiding him in a tag team with MJF, it makes sense. But I just don't know what this means for Pride and Powerful and what they can do because my understanding is like there's only gonna be one tag team. So what is Santana Ortiz gonna do?
Go to Eddie Kingston. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh no.
I have no idea. All right, Superstar Spotlight. Who do we got? Who do we got? Who do we got? I will give it to Adam Pearce for getting one up on the head of the table.
I will go with Alexa Bliss because now she's spooky and she wears like black lipstick. So now that means she's scary. And she beat Asuka.
Yes, absolutely.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. You remember Paul Bearer? I miss that guy. It was great. I love Paul Bearer.
Loved his interviews.
Maybe I should throw that on my album. Oh, yeah. I don't know. We'll find out. All right, Brandon, our promo pick of the week. What is it?
Well, our promo pick of the week, we're going to go back to 1995. It's a quick, short, 30-second little promo. Shawn Michaels in front of a green screen in front of a beach. Basically just him talking about how he's going to win the Royal Rumble. And it doesn't matter who the champion is coming out of the Rumble, he's going to win. And he ends up doing that. This is the one where Shawn Michaels enters number one and makes the run. And he's the only person in WWE's mind who went from 1 to 30 and won the whole thing.
Is there somebody else?
I mean, I think there is, but they don't acknowledge it. Shawn Michaels is the first, and that's the only thing that matters. Because he did it first, it matters.
Absolutely.
Second one doesn't.
He's it. He's it. Greatest in-ring performer of all time. All right, close match pick of the week: Christian versus William Regal, ECW Championship, Breaking Point, September 13th, 2009. Brandon, this is a deep cut.
A very deep cut.
Yes. I've been watching a lot of Christian stuff from 09 and that his ECW title run, bro. Like it's underrated. Like we don't talk about that enough. I know because like ECW wasn't what we thought it was going to be or what it should have been, but like hey, there were some good matches in that last year of it, and this is one of them. I mean, they wrestled a nice, cool match. It's about like I want to say like 12 or 15 minutes, but it's good. It's good stuff.
Two solid workers, Christian, William Regal. They know. Two solid veterans. They know what to do. And William Regal, I mean, I used to hate him as a kid. I thought he was boring. But then as I grew up and I kind of like, I had a sommelier teach me some ways of the road, I began to appreciate William Regal a lot more.
War Games.
Like a nice red.
War Games.
Shout out to Mr. Regal.
Yes, absolutely.
I only do that when it's War Games time. Can't overuse the gimmick.
It happens like what, once a year? Come on. You can throw it out in January and then again into June and then again in November. Nobody will remember.
I'll wait till May.
All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, follow us on Twitter at Bulletcast, Instagram, The Bulletcast, YouTube channel, The Bulletcast, email is bulletcast2 is in the number 2, sweet@gmail.com.
Ooh, someone got a text message.
Yes, I did get a text message. We are no longer on.
Oh, someone got another text message.
Oh, yes, Jesus. I'm getting all these text messages. That's funny. We are no longer on what was it, KW? We are now on 104.7 FM KAPU in Watsonville from Friday nights 11 p.m. to midnight. So yeah, listen to us there, guys. Please do it. It's great. iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, Anchor, Spotify, Patreon. We're all over the damn place. Thank you guys so much. Royal Rumble's next week. We are going to be doing our predictions for the Royal Rumble. I gotta retain my baby. You get 2 picks from Raw, 2 picks from SmackDown. I think it's going to be great overall. I can't wait to see what's going to happen. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, make sure if you're watching the video, go over to the audio feed and listen to the first little bit of Rice Rice Baby. It's a great song. I had a lot of fun making it at like 2 a.m. the other day, and it's just madness and stupidity, and it's fantastic. All right, guys, stay clean, stay strong, stay safe, stay quarantined. Diamonds are forever. So is the microphone messiah. Go Biden Harris.